What if I told you we're watching the financial system quietly upgrade itself in real time? Not through headlines, but through legislation, institutional moves, and capital flows most people aren't paying attention to. Because right now, regulators are signaling a shift. Congress is pushing crypto clarity, institutions are accumulating, and Bitcoin may have just reset for the next move. This might be one of the most important setups we've seen. Quick reminder, this content is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Let's start with something subtle, but very important. A statement from the CFTC chair basically said, the current financial system is outdated, and blockchain is what brings it into the 21st century. Now pause for a second. This is not a crypto influencer. This is a top US regulator. And when regulators start speaking like this, it usually means one thing. The narrative is shifting behind the scenes. Historically, crypto was treated as risky, speculative, unregulated. Now, it's being framed as necessary infrastructure, and that changes everything. Because once a system accepts blockchain as infrastructure, adoption becomes inevitable. Now let's talk about the big headline, the Clarity Act. This is one of the most important pieces of crypto legislation in the US, and here's the key takeaway. It aims to define clear rules of the road. Why does this matter? Because right now, crypto exists in a gray area, and that uncertainty has held back institutional money, large-scale adoption, and regulatory approval. But now, we're seeing senators pushing timelines, industry leaders saying decisions are coming fast, even Coinbase executives hinting resolution is close. And when clarity comes, institutions can finally move with confidence. There's also talk that major decisions impacting crypto platforms like Coinbase could happen within days or weeks, specifically talking about stablecoin yield and rewards. That's not random timing. It aligns perfectly with legislative movement, regulatory messaging, institutional positioning. When all three line up, that's when markets tend to move, not because of hype, but because uncertainty gets removed. And in markets, clarity attracts capital. Now let's zoom out to Bitcoin. Bitcoin just snapped a 5-month losing streak. That's not a small detail. Historically, when Bitcoin breaks extended downtrends, it resets sentiment. It shakes out weak hands. It creates a base for the next move. And there's more. Another chart compared Bitcoin's trend to PMI data. PMI is the Purchasing Managers Index. It measures economic activity. Why does that matter? Because Bitcoin often moves ahead of macro trends. And what we're seeing suggests economic strength is stabilizing, liquidity conditions may improve, and risk assets could benefit, which puts Bitcoin in a strong position structurally. Now this is where things get interesting. We're seeing institutional activity increase again. One major example, Franklin Templeton acquiring a crypto investment firm. This isn't speculation. This is one of the largest asset managers in the world. And when firms like that move into crypto, they're not chasing hype. They're positioning early. At the same time, Bitcoin ETFs saw 1.32 billion in inflows, first positive month in a while. That tells us something very clear. Capital is flowing back in, not retail, institutional. And that's the kind of money that moves markets long term. Now combine everything we've covered: regulatory shift, legislative progress, institutional accumulation, macro alignment, and Bitcoin structural reset. This isn't random, this is convergence. When all these factors align, crypto enters expansion phases. Not overnight, but steadily. Quietly at first, then suddenly. So what does all of this mean? It means we may be entering a phase where crypto becomes integrated into traditional finance, regulation becomes clearer instead of restrictive, institutions drive the next wave, not speculation. And most importantly, The opportunity shifts from guessing to positioning, because by the time everything is obvious, the market has already moved. We're not just watching crypto grow, we're watching the financial system evolve, and the signals are there, if you know where to look. If you found value in this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives like this. This is Ledger Pulse. Stay informed, stay ahead.